Hey, everybody, it's Scott Steen with winnersandwhiners.com coming to you with the Thursday version of Today in Sports Betting. This is part two, the MLB. And to do it with me, of course, it is the one and only Scott Reichel. Scott got a full slate, got a little businessman special today, got some day games, and the action gets rolling here pretty darn quick. So we better jump in. I know the first couple of these probably aren't going to make it by published time, but we'll give our unbiased opinion anyway as it is. So I know you're probably not going to be watching a lot of baseball today with the Islanders on, with the basketball game on, but anything you're loving here, we'll certainly get to talk about that. Scott, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this Miami Marlins team, shall we? Everybody's darling, the post-COVID success story. Started the season with a bunch of guys from Double-A. And lo and behold, Scott, the Miami Marlins don't look now, my friend, but they find themselves right in the middle of the playoffs. They've got the number 2 seed there.
They're in the home stretch. They just have to try to avoid a collapse, and they'll get in.
They're just 2.5 behind the Braves, Scott.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't even seem possible. And this is a team that's done it on the road. They're 17-10 on the road, just 8-12 at home. And a little fun fact, Scott. Washington Nationals run differential -24. They're in last place. Miami Marlins run differential -20. They're in second place. So,
well, it's clearly because Miami is just the more talented team. I mean, that's obviously the reason. No, I don't know. Baseball takes some luck sometimes, and sometimes you win in blowout fashion if you're the Nationals, and you lose close games. And in other situations, you win close games, and you end up having a better record.
That's right. When you lose with style, and when you win, you eke out the victories, and it's a formula that's working for the Marlins so far. So they're leading off today against the Red Sox. The Red Sox send arguably their best starter, he said with quotation marks implied, to the mound in Nate Eovaldi against the Marlins. And the Marlins, of course, will counter with Jose Urena. Your thoughts here, Scott? This one's pretty evenly matched out. It's actually 106 for the Marlins and 104 for the Red Sox. So that's about as even as it gets, my friend. 9 is the total there. Marlins were able to do it yesterday. Do they get it done here again today against Nate Eovaldi?
Well, for me, I think that this is a pretty tough matchup based on the actual line itself and how bad Boston is a team. Having said that, I'm going to go with Boston team total over, mostly just a fade of Urena, who has been very underwhelming this season as he's 0-1 with a 7.71 ERA. He showed up late after battling COVID. He came back. He hasn't been good ever since. And I think that if you don't really know where to go with this matchup, which I don't, I'm going to look for a prop and fade one, not really a prop, more of a team total, and fade one particular pitcher. And for that reason, I'm going to lean against Urena. I'm going to go with the Red Sox team total over.
I don't hate that. It's kind of hard to back Eovaldi, I guess, but he hasn't been awful. He has had just one really dreadful start, but other than that, he's been.
Urena has not been that great. So
Urena's been terrible. No,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, he's not been good. Eovaldi has had moments in the season, so you could have leaned Boston. That actually involves backing one of the worst teams in baseball. So instead of doing that, I'm just going to back Boston's offense, which, as the lineup is still talented, it just hasn't really produced this year against a very underwhelming pitcher in 2020. So that's how I'm going to look at it. Was it 4.5?
Yeah, 4.5 for both of them, 4.5 on each side.
Yeah, I'll go.
So
Boston.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about getting the Boston bullpen involved. So
yep.
Yeah, I don't hate that play. All right, very good. White Sox and Twins. Scott, Twins were able to bust through yesterday and ruin my play of the day. I really liked the White Sox in that spot, and they were not able to get it done. So today, the Twins are going to be a prohibitive favorite as they send Kenta Maeda to the mound against Reynaldo Lopez for the Chicago White Sox. Lopez, he's struggled to say the least. Another guy with a 5.5 plus ERA, 1.7 WHIP. Kind of normal numbers these days as far as starters go. But here's the deal, Scott. He's been decent over his last start. gave up 0 earned, just 3 hits over 5 innings. I don't know. Where's the value here? Who's the better team in this is also the good question.
Well, the better team is clearly the White Sox in this spot because the White Sox are 16-10 at home and Minnesota's 10-15 on the road. So I think the spot definitely helps Chicago. As for the matchup, of course, Maeda's the better starting pitcher. The only question is, do you want to take the Twins or do you want to take the Twins team total and fade Lopez entirely? And I want Maeda as a piece of it, but at the end of the day, it's just I'm trying to figure out where the value is in this spot. What's the run line for Minnesota?
-115, so there's not a ton of value there.
That's what I'm saying. You're not getting great numbers.
-177 to -115.
I can't take a White Sox team total under. That's just suicide. I can't do that.
Yeah, good luck.
What's the Twins' first 5 run line?
The run line there is -125.
I'll do it. Yeah, I'll pull the trigger there.
Okay.
I'm a big Maeda guy, so that's how I'll look at it.
I know you are.
So it's aged pretty well this season because Maeda's been fantastic.
Yeah, boy, if the Dodgers had all those pitchers back, they'd really be good this year.
Yeah, it's amazing. If only they had Maeda available for the 9th and 10th inning of that playoff game against Washington.
How do you give away 3 of your best pitchers, or 3 very good pitchers, in Rich Hill, Hyun-Jin Ryu, and Kenta Maeda, and still dominate the league like that? That is just.
And you also have Buehler, who's been on IL for about half the year.
Yeah, that was I don't know. That's been amazing because we watched the Dodgers going into the season giving away their pitchers like that. You're like, how can these guys possibly compete? And
I was never really worried. The only thing that worries me about that team is we'll get into that with the Dodgers, but it's Jansen coming into the 9th. Is he still coming into the 9th inning? So we'll see what happens there. But either or, their rotation's been good, and it turns out that the pitchers after they leave Los Angeles are still pretty good. So Maeda has definitely been one of them.
You know what? I'm going to take a spin with the better team there, +163. That's impossible for me to pass up.
That's fair.
I'm sucked in. I like to play those dogs, and I think I'm getting a pretty live dog here with the White Sox. Just need Reynaldo Lopez to step up, which certainly is a possibility. He's not a bad pitcher.
Yeah, he's got good stuff. He just has some control issues every now and then.
Right. D-backs and Angels. Scott, Angels big favorite here, -149. That didn't work out too well for him yesterday, as you and I were both on the Diamondbacks.
Worked out well for us.
It really did. As Caleb Smith, another ex-Miami Marlins pitcher. There's another team gave away 2 great pitchers and is right in the thick of the battle. But they are.
But Miami called up their boy Sixto, so that I'm not surprised because he's been great ever since.
Yeah, you're right. Griffin Canning goes to the mound here, Scott. For the Angels against Alex Young for the Diamondbacks. These guys have literally identical ERAs of 4.56.
I'm leaning to Arizona again.
Yeah,
I know that at some point the Angels probably should win a game in the series, but at the end of the day, if the Angels are going to keep laying prices this heavily when they still are an awful baseball team,
right.
I'll just keep taking the value. Like, thank you.
Who in the world wakes up and go, I'm going to lay -149 on Griffin Canning? I
don't know. And I know that the Angels, who were huge favorites in the first 2 games of the series, ended up losing. So why not? I'm basically free rolling 2 times over for the final game. Yeah, give me the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm absolutely with you. First game of the doubleheader here between the Tampa Bay Rays and the Baltimore Orioles. I
believe the Rays couldn't hit Voth yesterday. They left like 15 runners on base.
That was so frustrating.
Awful job by them. And then they went like 0 for 11 with runners in scoring position or something. It was really bad.
Yeah. You watch that game. How are they possibly losing this game? But this is going to be Blake Snell up against Dean Kremer for the Birds.
I like Kremer. Kramer's a good pitcher.
I agree. Birds paid off for me yesterday, and
they paid off for you all year.
Right? Yeah, they've been a very good team. I've lived on the Dogs. This has been a great year for Dogs, man. It really has. Baltimore's +166. The Rays are -181. You know, Kremer has been very good, Scott. He's got a small body of work. He's got just 2 starts under his belt, but he's gone 11 total innings, giving up just 2 earned runs,
and both were against the Yankees. So that's even more impressive.
14. That's right. He's got a win and a loss against the Yankees,
but he's pitched well in both.
Yeah, he has actually worked. He got a no decision officially, but it was a game that they lost 2-1.
Yeah.
So you really can't blame a pitcher when your team loses 2-1. That ain't on you.
I'm actually going to do something a little bit interesting here. I'm going to take a swing with the under 6.5.
With the under 6.5 in this one?
I thought about taking a swing with Baltimore, and you could easily do that. And I'm sure you're about to do that in about 10 seconds. But the 6.5, I like Snell. I think Kramer's good. I think this game, especially with 7 innings, this game should be very low scoring. I see this being 3-2. So I'm going to go with the under.
Okay. Snell was outstanding his last time out. Went 5 1/3 against Boston. Gave up 5 hits, 0 earned, 2 walks, and 5.
Yeah. Just give out the Orioles money line already. Just stop beating around the bush. Come on. Just get it out of the way already. Let's go.
All right. You know, I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it plus 166. It's a 7-inning game. You got a guy that can easily throw 5 or 6 good innings, keep the bullpen out of the equation. I don't hate your under 6.5. I think that's a solid play.
Well, you're going for pure value, which definitely makes sense as well. I just don't like fading Blake Snell, but at this price, I got to understand why you're doing it.
All right, good enough. Hey, let's see if I can get involved in another big dog here. As the Yankees are minus 220 against the Blue Jays at plus 200. Blue Jays have had absolutely nothing for them in this series so far, as they send Chase Anderson to the mound against Tanaka. Man, I'm
What's the team total for the Yankees? 9.5?
Yeah, what's the total for this
probably
game?
5. It's probably 5.5.
Yeah, it is 5.5. It's 9.5 is the total. It's 5.5, 3.5.
I was joking with the 9.5, but that's because they scored 13 runs in each of or minimum in each of the last 2 games.
I understand. You know that wears out a bullpen too when you get 2 blowout losses like that.
You know, Luke Voigt might mess around and win an AL MVP, and I'm not really sure what's happening right now. Weird. It's weird, man.
That is weird. Where are you getting involved here, buddy?
What's the Yankees run on? Like
minus 123. So you're getting, obviously getting good value.
123 all day.
You're at home. You take the Yankees there?
I kind of have to, right? I know that if you want to be if you want to hunt for underdogs, it's a good spot, but I can't go against this Yankee team. It's actually weird because after the Tampa run for about a month, I said the Yankees were going to go on a run about a week ago. They haven't lost since. So, yeah, for some reason I've had a pretty good gauge on some of these teams when they're about to go on a run. Yeah, the Yankees have won every game since I said they were going to go on a run, and I can't go against them now because Anderson is not good. He's out over a 5.80 ERA, and the Yankees offense has scored at least 13 runs in the last 2 days. So, yeah, when Kyle Higashioka is hitting 3 home runs in a game, your team is in the middle of something special. So I'll go with the Yankees. I'm not stepping in front of that absolute just juggernaut of an offense right now.
Yeah, but bullpen and the Toronto's been dreadful the last week. They've given up 9 runs a game in their last 7 games.
Just give me the Yankees run line. Tanaka, you don't like. I do. I think he'll pitch fine. Anderson, I think we'll both agree, has not been good this year at all. Nope. And the Yankees offense has just been mashing. So I'll go with the Yankees run line. At that price, and that's extremely cheap. I thought it was going to be 140. That's a hell of a price.
Well, obviously they're at home, so you're not getting the value there. But
that's the point, though. You said you're not getting the value, but you're getting roughly $1. That's more than I thought you were going to get with the Yankees.
Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah, Anderson was really good to start the season. He'd been fantastic, and then he's been just absolutely a dumpster fire over his last 2 starts, giving up 10 runs over his last 2, which encompass 6 2/3. Nothing I want to get involved with.
Are you taking a swing with Toronto, or are you going to go with the run line with the Yankees?
No, I can't. I'm going to have to play the run line. I think that's the only spot for value.
Yeah, I agree.
I'd be tempted to play Toronto over 3.5, but I think this is a team in free fall right now. They're just not doing much right at all.
Teoscar Hernandez did get reinstated, so he might return to the lineup today, which should provide a nice boost for them.
That'll be helpful. Absolutely.
But, I can't go against the Yankees right now.
All right. I'll play the hot team on the run line with you. It's gonna end, but it probably won't be today. Yeah, righty. Mets and Phillies, Scott. Phillies small favorite here, -122. 7.5 is the number. And yes, sports fans, that is a full game as we see Nola go against Lugo.
Well, the Lugo means that it's just an opener for the Mets. So they're going.
Yeah, it's really well. That's not exactly right, Scott.
He can go usually around 3 or 4, but he's an opener.
Well, he's gone 5 and 5 1/3 his last 2 times out. So
I didn't even know that they moved him. They switched him to a starter.
They're stretching him out. Yeah, that's exactly.
That's kind of interesting because he's arguably the best reliever for the past year and a half. But
yeah, that's kind of lets you know where the Mets are at with their rotation. And he's been decent.
The rotation got worse yesterday because DeGrom got injured.
No kidding. Went 10 and 1/3 over his last 2 starts, giving up 4 earned. Struck out 13. So he's pitching well. Nola, he's been very, very good this year, Scott, for the Phillies. Well, I think there's value. I think there's value on the Phillies right here. I'd be tempted to take the over 7.5. Just because Lugo's on the mound, and I'm with you. I'm not quite convinced that he's the real deal, but
I think he's a good pitcher. I just don't think he's a starter.
No, well, if they can get 5 good innings out of him, then all bets are off.
I know that he started his career with the Mets being a starter for the most part, and then moved into the bullpen. I thought he was really good in the bullpen, so I would have kept him there. But desperate times call for desperate measures, I guess. Yeah,
Nola's been outstanding in 2 of his last 3 starts. Even his bad start. Against DeGrom there, he gave up 3 earned over 5 1/3. That's not,
Yeah, I'm going with the Phillies' first 5 here. I can't back that Phillies bullpen, which blew another save yesterday. I can't do it. So I'll go with the first 5.
Let's see what you're getting there as far as your first 5 on the Phillies go. -130, so you're paying a little bit there to fade that.
You also get the push draw, though, so that's really not that bad.
True. 2 dreadful bullpens here, Scott.
Mets bullpen has actually been serviceable ever since the start of the season. And if you don't actually believe it, Edwin Diaz is a sub-3 ERA. Shocking, because people wouldn't have realized because they always talk about his blown saves. He's actually been decent this year as a whole. And the bullpen for the Mets has actually kind of held its own. At least more than I thought.
They're not awful. They're 4.13.
I was saying more than I thought they would. Beginning of the year, I thought they're going to be one of the worst bullpens in the league. But Philly's bullpen has been terrible all year long. They have more blown saves than saves. So I can't take the Phillies in a full game because they blow saves for a living. I'll take the first 5.
All right. Yeah. I'm convinced you're just laying an extra 8 cents there to take the first 5. I think
you're laying an extra 8 cents with a better starting pitcher. You don't have to worry about the Phillies bullpen, and you get a push draw. So that's just a good deal for me. I'll take it.
All right, good enough. Let's move on here.
I think we skipped a game. We got the Giants Mariners game.
I'm going. Oh wow! See, I don't have it on my.
That game was at 4:00, so I think that we skipped. I think we skipped that one.
All right, I don't have it on the betting sheet. I don't have a line on it.
Oh, it's fine. It's all good.
What do you got? The Giants and the who?
Giants and Mariners. I see Anderson against Margavicius. Giants at roughly -130, -127, give or take.
I wonder if they're making a pitching change. I wonder if that's why they pulled it.
Could be. I don't know. I had
to wait. The Dodgers played with their rotation yesterday. I had to wait like almost till the game time.
It's really fun. We can skip the Giants game. It's fine.
What do you like there? You like Margavicius?
No, I'm leaning to the Giants because I feel like I've leaned to the Mariners in every game that they've played against the Giants in the last week, and the Giants have smacked them every time. I've had enough. I'm just going with the Giants.
Okay.
At some point, you got to wave the flag. And I know that you can keep arguing value with the Mariners. If they keep losing to the Giants, there is no value because they keep losing. So I'm going to go with the Giants.
Yeah, Margavicius struggled his last time out. Sure. All right. I'll go Giants there with you, picking up laying a little bit of wood, but not enough. So, and Giants, are they? They're still hanging around there, Scott. I think
they're in a playoff spot right now.
They are a playoff team. Them and the Phillies.
I'm trying to think. Who do you think is competing for manager of the year? You got Gabe Kapler, Mattingly, Dave Roberts, definitely. The Padres manager, his name I don't even know. The White Sox manager, his name I don't even know. A lot of unique candidates this year.
I've got to think you've got to look at.
I think you got to look at the White Sox.
I would go Padres, man.
You make the argument that the White Sox are the best record in the American League.
That's true. Padres 13 games over 500. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's a
you have a lot of good candidates, which a lot of people did not expect going into the year. But you have two candidates whose names I don't know: Dom Mattingly and Gabe Kapler. So that's not exactly what I had in mind before the start of the season. But
I think it's got to be Mattingly. If you talk about a job that a manager,
that's the problem, is that you have so many candidates that you can talk about between teams who you can't believe they are where they are.
I'm not sure any team has faced more adversity than the Marlins, and
that's
still,
a fair point.
And still standing. So if you look for a manager that's actually managing,
I don't know.
It was Mattingly for me.
I think it's a very tough call.
All right, where are we at here? Cards and Pirates, Scott.
I'm going back to Dakota because he was very good in his last outing, and he's done pretty well for me. So I'm going to go back to Dakota.
Going back to the Dakota,
he's been good. I mean,
Cardinals,
I know that his name makes you think that he's inconsistent because that's been his entire career, but he's actually been pretty good lately. And Brault has been serviceable, but not great. And I like Hudson in this spot, so I'm gonna go with Dakota.
Yeah, Hudson lost his first three, and then the Cardinals have won his last four starts.
He's been good. I mean,
he has. The Pirates have won just one of Brault's start, even though he's put up better numbers than that 3.37 ERA.
He's been fine. It's just they don't give him any run support.
No, Pirates are doing their Pirate thing again. They've lost 8 straight here. I don't like laying the minus 159 with
Pirates would have a winning record if they only played the Brewers.
The Cardinals. Now I heard an interesting stat that the Royals and Tigers are both 500 or above against everybody else in the major leagues except the White Sox. They've played the White Sox so poorly that it is.
I was going to say, the White Sox have absolutely smacked them this year, but yeah.
Yep. Both of those teams are over 500 against the rest of the league.
Okay.
So.
Means that there's some chance for your Royals maybe in the future.
And there's a chance. Scott, I don't know that I want to lay minus 159 here with the Cardinals.
I just can't touch Brault here. I can't touch him. Dakota's been the better pitcher. The Pirates give no run support to Brault at all, and the Pirates have already gone back into another free fall. So I'm going to go with the Cardinals. I do understand why you're hesitant because of the price, but based on this pitching matchup, I kind of have to go with Hudson because the Cardinals have done really well for him lately.
They have. I worry about the offense on either one of these teams. I think I'm going to lean towards the under 9 in this one.
That makes sense.
I just don't love this Cardinal makeup of this team. And this is the team that scored. I don't know. They scored four or less.
Both offenses are definitely not good. I'm just taking the better pitcher.
Yeah, fair enough. Pirates. Look at the Pirates here. They have not scored more than 4 runs since the 9th of September.
They don't like to brag, but they haven't scored more than 4 runs since the 9th of September.
Yeah, of course, and they were shut down. They scored 7 runs in the 3-game series against the Kansas City Royals. So that's not a good sign right there when you're averaging 2 1/3 runs against the Kansas City Royals pitching staff. Yeah. And then they came in and laid an egg and scored 6 runs in 4 games against the Reds. So I'm whatever flavor of Cardinals you like here. I'll take the under 9.
Okay.
All right. And here's a couple of teams that seem like they play each other about every other day, rather. The Astros and the Texas Rangers. I think the Rangers are ready for this season to be over. Scott, what do you think?
Are they really throwing out Jordan Lyles again?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
God.
Jordan Lyles is out there again, Scott. He's been one of our
How
favorites.
many times does he have to prove to you that he can't pitch?
Framber Valdez is taking the hill for Houston. The Astros here, Scott, minus 227.
They have not played well in the series at all, Houston. I'm going to acknowledge that. They have been awful in the series. I know they ended up splitting the first 2. Offensively, they have not played well. Yesterday was a 1-0 barn burner for a while. So that game was painful to watch if you were actually watching that game.
Jordan Lyles, Scott, has made 6 starts this season. He has given up fewer than 4 runs one time.
He's terrible, but Houston scored in the last 3 games 0 runs, 4 runs, 1 run. Then you have a 7-run outburst. Then you have 1 run, 2 runs, and they just can't score right now. So it's kind of a difficult situation here. I got to lean to something involving Houston. I don't know what I'm going to take. What's the run line on Houston?
Probably going to be pretty substantial. Minus 125.
I'll do it. I have to fade Jordan Lyles at every turn. I just have to. There's no way I can't. I know that the Astros have been awful lately offensively, but if they're going to get it corrected, Jordan Lyles is a pretty good candidate. So I'll go with the Astros run line.
You know, I watched Jordan Lyles pitch his last time out.
He's got good stuff. He just can't find the plate.
Yeah, it's really frustrating to watch him pitch because you watch him and you go, how is this guy so bad?
He's Robbie Ray Jr.
I'll tell you who's been bad, Scott, is Framber Valdez's last 2 starts. He's given up 13 earned over his last 12 innings, 16 hits.
Sounds like you're going with the over.
30 home runs. I got to get 9. I think it's possible that the Astros could put up 7 or 8. So yeah,
I'm going with the run line. I know Valdez hasn't pitched well, but you're getting a dollar value against easily a bottom 10 starting pitcher in the league. So that's a pretty good deal.
All right, very good. I'll play the.
You think that's a fair comparison, by the way, that Jordan Lyles is just Robbie Ray Jr.?
Well, he's right-handed. I mean, so.
I mean, just statistically speaking, from this season.
Yeah.
You don't have to get snippy. You don't have to get snippy and tell me right-handed or left-handed. You knew what I meant.
I don't know. He doesn't walk as many as Robbie Ray. That's not. I mean, generally speaking, he does tend to. Runs in spurts. He's had a couple of starts with 0 walks, 1 walk, but then he goes out there and walks 4 guys in 5 innings. So I'm not sure he's quite as bad as Robbie Ray, but I get the comp. It's okay.
Okay. Thank you.
I won't totally shoot it down for you.
Mm-hmm.
I think Robbie, he doesn't have the strikeout stuff that Robbie Ray has because Robbie Ray, no matter how bad he pitches, still gets his strikeouts.
Yep.
It's either going over the fence or you're going back to the dugout pretty much, or you're taking first base for free. Here's the big fade of the day, Scott. Cleveland Indians behind Shane Bieber minus 284 against those Tigers plus 252.
I'm going with the Tigers.
Are you really?
I'm going to go, yeah, I kind of have to, right? The Indians are laying 290 and they've lost, 7 straight?
The Indians have lost 8 straight.
It's just stupid at this point. I was fading them against the Cubs all series long, and I won every single time. As one thing to back Bieber, which obviously is the right move because, he's Shane Bieber, but you're really going to back a team on an 8-game losing streak that's at laying minus 290?
Well,
just give me the Tigers.
That's the thing. If they're on an 8-game losing streak, Bieber has failed to be the stopper at least once.
Correct.
In that stretch, Casey Mize has actually pitched pretty well. I told you that I liked him. I told you that I thought he was pretty good. He's the better rookie. Yesterday we saw Skubal against the Royals.
Don't sell Skubal short. That's your guy. That's
your
guy.
He pitched very well. He pitched well to everyone except Sal Perez.
Yeah.
Sal Perez knocked in 3 of the 4 runs, 2-run homer and a double. He had good stuff. I was impressed. The first time I got to watch him for a whole game.
It's a price thing. If you want to, you can look at the Tigers on the run line of plus 1.5 if you really want to go for a safe play there. But I'm going all or nothing here because the Indians have lost 8 straight and they're laying 290. So give me the Tigers.
Good enough. Casey Mize gave up 1 hit and 5 1/3 last time out. Struck out 5. I'm with you. Is it going to lose? Probably, but I can't back a team on an 8-game winning streak that's laying this heavy of a price. That's insane. Can they win 1 out of 3? That's the question. If it's
I think they might be able to.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. Give me the Tigers there. I'll go with you, buddy. At plus what are we getting? Plus 252. Oh yeah,
works for me.
Sign me up. Now you're into 1 out of 4 territory.
Yeah, it's not bad.
No, okay, good. All right. Well, yeah, we agree on something. Dodgers and Rockies. Dodgers, once again, big favorite here, minus 158. Rockies plus 146. When the Dodgers are only minus 158, it means they're probably not starting one of their best pitchers. That's what's so sad about that. Let me see here. Who we got? We got Urias going against Kyle Freeland.
In Coors Field, I'm sure it's going to be a pitcher's duel if I've ever seen one, right?
I'll tell you what, the last 2 games in Coors Field have been pitchers' duels.
Yeah, they have been.
There are four runs from each of those last 2 games.
Yeah.
Identical ERAs here, Scott. 3.53 for Urias, for 3.54 for Kyle Freeland. I guess that's not identical, but you know what I mean. Both of them have lost 2. I don't know. There just isn't anything to love about this Colorado team right now.
I'm just going to lean to Dodgers money line, but I'm not happy about it.
Lay the wood with the Dodgers.
Price isn't great, but the Dodgers are at least going to show up on any given day. The Rockies just take naps every now and then.
You're only picking up 40 cents of value there with
Of course, because you're not going to get any value on the run line with the Dodgers. Yeah, I got to go with the Dodgers money line. They're just the better overall team.
All right. I don't hate that. You know what? I'll just play
both pitchers are even, and home field hasn't really meant much to the Rockies this season. So based on that, you'd assume the Dodgers should be laying blindly, not knowing who's pitching. 180, 190.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you're getting 160. It's really not that bad.
It's a bargain. I'm going to make a bet that has driven a lot of guys to the poorhouse. I'm going to play the under there in Colorado.
Okay.
Under 11.5. I mean, picking up a little plus 100, man. You get even money. And the last game. Okay. Oh, so it was. I got Giants Mariners at 10:00.
I saw 410, so something doesn't add up. I see 410 on ESPN, so apparently your thing is incorrect.
Let's see. Well, it's a betting site, so let's see what MLB has it listed as.
I know ESPN says 410, so I'm
just. They're playing. They're playing with that smoke out there, so I wonder if it's some kind of a smoke adjustment. I don't know.
I have no idea, but we already talked about that game, so I think we're kind of done for the day.
MLB has it at 410 as well. So It looks like it is an afternoon game. So.
I'm leaning Giants there.
Yep, I'm with you. Okay, buddy. So that's an MLB show for today, and got some interesting pitching matchups. Scott, we're coming down to just a little bit over a week left in the schedule. Man, it seems like we just got started, doesn't it?
Feels that way.
But there's going to be plenty of playoff action, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Make sure you stay tuned. Catch us, every day here on Today in Sports Betting, because that's kind of what we do. That's kind of our thing, and we appreciate it. Any final thoughts on the baseball card today, buddy?
No. Hopefully it works out.
All right, very good. As always, thanks for checking us out. And if you're looking for deeper dives into every single one of these games, make sure you check out winnersandwhiners.com and for some of the finest handicappers in the world writing previews and predictions each and every day for baseball, basketball, football, all the sports. So make sure you check out them as well. And for myself, for Scott Reichel, for all of us over here at Winners and Whiners, once again, thanks for stopping by. We appreciate it. Don't be afraid to drop us a comment in the comment section. Let us know you're out there. Let us know what you're on today. What plays have we missed? What plays are you riding with us? Let us know. And, we always like to know where you guys are at as far as the games go. Good luck on all of your plays today. Stay safe. Stay healthy. We'll see you next time on Today in Sports Betting. Bye-bye.